Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Why Mauricio Umansky's paparazzi photos could have been retaliation against Kyle Richards. A Real Housewives of Beverly Hills episode recently ended with quite the drama. Kyle Richards had just poured her heart out to her therapist about possibly reconciling with Mauricio Umansky. The two have been separated for some time but have yet to file the divorce paperwork. However, pictures surfaced from a trip to Greece that didn't show Mao in the best light. It actually showed a pretty young thing hanging off his neck. In July, the father of three was photographed kissing a mystery woman in the Santorini airport. Fans now know the woman was named Nikita Khan. The 33-year-old was a model from Ukraine, but to most followers, the kiss with the 54-year-old didn't sit well. After the photos of her ex-husband surfaced, Kyle did what any scorned woman would do. She removed "wife" from her Instagram profile. Both Mauricio and Kyle have been walking a fine line. Even though they claim they want to remain friends, it feels like there is an untold story that they are only privy to. Even though the duo seems to be on good terms, something is off. Yes, Mom is still included on family trips to Aspen. And yes, the former couple seem to be talking through their issues while on the shooting range. Yet, it almost feels like neither one of them wants to pull the trigger. Could all of this hoopla from Mao's team just be his way of getting back at the love of his life for the last 27 years? I'm starting to think that the answer is a resounding yes. The sneak peek for the next episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills showed Kyle blindsided by the airport kiss. Her friends, Erica Jane and Sutton Strack, questioned if Ma could be doing this out of spite. While the Pretty Miss singer felt Kyle shouldn't be so naive, Sutton went for the gut. She noted that it wasn't an accidental paparazzi shot. It was a planned photo. Sutton then noted she was there at the same time as Jennifer Aniston and didn't see any photographers. During The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show, Bazoma St. John pointed out that Kyle was so upset with the Mao outside. But I can't imagine that he was happy with her running around. People are taking photos of everyone, so I can't imagine that either one of them was happy with that. The newbie has a point, as I found myself asking the same question Boaz did. Did Mao do it as retaliation because of all the images he's seen? There were tons of photos of Kyle and Morgan Wade's friendship. It couldn't have been easy to watch your wife have an emotional affair in front of your eyes. Maybe he wanted payback. And who wouldn't? The other theory is that Kyle and Mao are in on the plan together. The former Netflix CMO questioned if they had been operating honestly. The math hasn't been mathing, as she pointed out, because if he was free to do what he wants, then he could do that. But if he's not free to do that, then I can see where there's a problem because, it's embarrassing to your wife or your estranged wife and your children. So to me, it's like he's not free to do that, and everyone should just admit that. There is definitely an emotional connection still between Kyle and Mao. This is where the situation gets murky. Garcelle Beauvais made a solid point when she said, "Nobody wants to see that. Even if you don't want him back, you're separated. He's still FaceTiming and calling her." It almost feels like it was cheating. I know he wasn't, with those photos, but it felt like it was a betrayal. Mao has since broken it off with Nikita as it was a short-lived fling. Maybe he was just trying to give Kyle a taste of her own medicine. Sadly, there was not enough sugar in the world to help that medicine go down. Mauricio Umansky's paparazzi photos could have been a subtle yet powerful form of retaliation against his wife, Kyle Richards, amid their rocky relationship. This seemingly innocuous event, paparazzi snapshots of Mauricio out and about, might be part of a much larger narrative that speaks to the complex dynamics at play within their marriage and public lives. While such photos are often taken as part of celebrity culture, they can carry deeper meanings and unintended messages, especially when viewed through the lens of an unraveling relationship. Let's explore how these photos could have been a carefully crafted act of defiance, a form of personal expression, or even a calculated move to regain control over the public narrative. A tumultuous relationship. Mauricio Umansky and Kyle Richards have long been staples in the public eye, particularly due to their presence on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Over the years, their relationship has been both celebrated and scrutinized. While their bond appeared rock solid for much of the show's run, recent events have painted a more complicated picture. The couple has faced public speculation about their marriage, with rumors of infidelity, marital strife, and differing personal ambitions. In such a charged environment, the role of the paparazzi becomes more than just capturing everyday moments. For celebrities, especially those like Mauricio and Kyle, every photo is potentially loaded with meaning. A simple image can shift public perception, alter media narratives, and send a message to fans, the press, or even one's spouse. The fact that Mauricio was photographed without Kyle, at a time when rumors about their relationship were circulating, could be seen as a response to the mounting tension. A power move in the spotlight. Paparazzi photos often have a life of their own, but when someone with the stature of Mauricio Umansky gets photographed in certain contexts, it may not be entirely coincidental. In the world of high-profile relationships, such images can act as signals. For someone like Mauricio, who has built a successful career and public persona, being in the spotlight in a particular way could be an assertion of independence. If there were internal struggles at home, these images might have been a subtle way to reclaim power or redefine one's public identity. For instance, Mauricio's photos might have been interpreted as a response to the pressure Kyle faces in the public eye. Kyle Richards is no stranger to controversy, and she has often found herself in the crosshairs of public opinion. She has navigated everything from on-screen conflicts to personal matters, and the intensity of this scrutiny can sometimes put a strain on relationships. Mauricio's visible presence without Kyle could serve as a reminder that he too has a life outside of the marriage and is more than just her counterpart. The timing of these photos matters. When rumors swirl about a relationship being on the rocks, the public expects a response. If one partner, like Mauricio, decides to appear in public without their spouse, it could very well be an intentional move to stir the pot, deflect attention, or signal independence. This could be seen as a calculated move designed to shift the conversation away from the rumors surrounding Kyle and instead focus on his own persona. Symbolism in the solo shots. The symbolic power of solo shots is not to be underestimated. For a couple like Mauricio and Kyle, who have spent years in the public eye as a unit, the sudden appearance of one partner alone in a paparazzi photo could be seen as a symbolic rupture. In a world where relationships are closely followed and documented, such images carry a weight that goes beyond their immediate context. Mauricio's solo appearance could send a message to both the media and Kyle. I am still an individual. In this sense, the photos become a way for him to communicate his independence, autonomy, and self-worth in the midst of marital uncertainty. It's not just about the image itself, it's about the message it conveys. The visual of him out and about, living his own life, could be a quiet challenge to Kyle's position as the star of the couple, especially if she is involved in her own personal or professional turmoil. A message to Kyle. If these photos were in fact a form of retaliation, they might be Mauricio's way of voicing his frustrations without directly confronting Kyle. Rather than engaging in a heated argument or airing private grievances in public, these photos could be a passive-aggressive response to his wife's behavior or the dynamics within their relationship. The photos, after all, are public. They're an unspoken declaration that Mauricio has the right to live his life apart from Kyle's narrative. Furthermore, this kind of response is not uncommon in relationships under pressure. When one partner feels slighted or unheard, they may seek ways to communicate that frustration indirectly. The paparazzi photos could be a tool for expressing those feelings without directly confronting Kyle. In a world where everything from a glance to an outfit choice can be scrutinized, Mauricio might have felt that his actions, seen through the lens of a camera, would speak louder than any words could.